Hello, 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 and welcome to the Blame the Edit podcast. Welcome back, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to episode 1 a couple weeks ago. I did warn y'all that this podcast was going to be bi-weekly, and here I am recording 2 weeks later to discuss Jen Tran's Bachelorette finale. Are we still talking about this? Because I still am. I cannot believe this finale. And I do want to say that the network, ABC, Bachelorette, The Bachelor, the franchise did Jen Tran very wrong, especially as the first Asian American bachelorette to have this woman, a full grown woman, on television crying her eyes out, watching her proposal that ended up being a failed engagement. Absolutely terrible. They had her reaction in the box of her crying and crying next to her ex-fiance, and then to see him look at her while she's crying, I could not believe it unfold in my eyeballs. So wild. I can't believe they got away with it. Now, like, it's 3 weeks later, they're just brushing it off. Like, yeah, we made her cry. She's going to be able to go on Dancing with the Stars. She's on GMA doing all the after interviews. Life is great for Jen Tran after her failed proposal and after being blatantly embarrassed on broadcast television. But I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm going to get into not a recap of the finale. That was basically a recap of how they just tore her apart. But I do want to say how my Madam predictions were correct. Can we talk about that? All of my predictions for the Bachelor finale, coming from the trailer, were pinpoint, on hand, correct. So I just want to talk about those, and that will basically guide us as a recap of the finale. I hope that y'all still enjoy this. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I was correct about was that the brother to Jen was saying, like, yo, man, you will fall in love with these emotionally unavailable guys. And I was correct that he was talking about Marcus. And he asked her, how long are you willing to wait? Second thing, I was correct in that when we saw the shot of Jen knocking on a hotel room door, it was Marcus's door. I was so correct about that. And that led to the conversation of her saying, we're running out of time. And then they finally just like break up. And good for her, because that was just like a tether that need to be cut, you know? Honestly, like, Marcus gave really weird vibes in this finale, and I'm glad that she didn't end up with him. I feel like it honestly would have ended terribly if she ended up with him or Devon, because homegirl should have gone with freaking amazing Jonathan. Anyway, I was really glad when she ended it with Marcus, because he was just a hot mess and they needed to cut that sooner. People are saying that Marcus was the front runner and that he was set to win, and apparently Devon thought that he was gonna win, so that's why Devon was just like pulling out all these cards and then asking Jen to say the L word. People are saying that he did that so that he could have his exit from the show, which I could really see that. Let's keep the main thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And the main thing that I was correct about, y'all, was that Jen freaking got on her knees. Actually, no, she like metaphorically got on her knees and she chose to propose to Devon. It was just blatantly obvious in the trailer edit when we see that scene where she's like, I'm not gonna let you propose to me. You know what got me, y'all, was her face. It didn't look sad or mad. It looked like playful. Like, I'm not gonna let you propose to me, 'cause homeboy, I'm gonna propose to you. Anyway, so she proposed to Devon, and honestly, like, that proposal was really ox sauce to me. Devon looked like, oh my gosh, I won. And oh my gosh, I actually don't feel these feelings for this woman. And oh my gosh, she's proposing to me. He looked so uncomfortable that she proposed to him. Because, like, her history, right? Like, this was a big deal. And then for her to, make history on the show and then do this huge gesture, he just looked like, well, I'm the first suitor to be proposed to, and I'm not even really down for this engagement, but all right, I'll say yes. And will you also, take this ring from me, Jen? I think she really did like Devon, but honestly, I could see her as like, yeah, I like him because he's the best to choose. Which then in that case you shouldn't have gotten engaged to someone like that. But yeah, it ended terribly. He ghosted her afterward, which is absolutely terrible. I can't imagine if I got ghosted after my proposal. And then he just goes out and parties and doesn't ever talk to her again. And then they talk again when they reunite on the show. And man, he was just saying the most F-boy things like, I couldn't meet your expectations and it was just all too much and you deserve the world. And then him saying like, I saw you unravel as the strong woman you are. Oh my gosh, that had to have been made up by some cheapo deapo PR team on his end. He was just trying to save his butt cheeks, and it did not work. He's a joke of a man and definitely a villain that will be remembered. Anyway, this was just really sad to witness. It made me honestly not even want to watch the show and give into their ratings and viewership, because how they treated Jen, I basically already went into the detail of how they treated her watching the proposal. That was just absolutely awful. I don't know, man. That was just like a shame moment where you just see this person destroyed live on television. I don't know why they did that to her. I tried to think of other reasonings for that, like giving the benefit of the doubt, and I thought maybe that was actually, here's my madam conspiracy. I think that Jen wanted all of that to happen. I think she wanted to show the buildup of her proposing to this man. I think she wanted Jesse to pause the show, because his words were along the lines of, we will not show you the outcome of this proposal until Jen gets to speak her word out on the show. And that was something that they don't do a lot. I think that was maybe the first time they did that. Usually they show the proposal and then they like cut to, Jesse saying, oh, this is all fun and rainbows, but there sadly was not a happy ending. I think Jen wanted to abruptly pause the proposal and then have her come out sobbing. And what's the reasoning? I think she wanted to make Devon look like a total butthole. I think that this was her revenge mode. It was a victim revenge mode of her coming out sobbing. She can barely speak. Her eyes were so swollen. Honestly, she didn't even look recognizable because she was just crying so much. And then she gets to say her side of the story first of the breakup. And then they have the villain Devon come out. She's still sobbing, no hug. We hear his trash version of the story. And then this was a really weird segue, but Jesse was like, yo, Jen, you're like the strongest woman I know. Can we show this proposal? And then she's still sobbing. She's sobbing this whole time. And she's like, do I have a choice? And that was a pivotal, real moment. But you could say that if this is what Jen wanted, she wanted to make it to America seem like, do I have a choice? Roll the tape. This was my engagement, and now it's full on ruined. Let's watch it. Let's watch something that went to the trash. Let's watch something that ended up as a dumpster fire. Then they roll the tape. Oh my gosh, most brutal part. They show the reaction box. That hit for me, bro. Showing the reaction box of Jen crying her eyes out, and then, it just hurts so hard to show Devon watching her. It should have been just a close-up of Devon. It shouldn't have been her crying, or it would have even been better if she's like, do I have a choice? And then she got to leave the stage. And then we just see this man in the hot seat watching the proposal. They should have done that at least, man. But yeah, that's my mad conspiracy, that maybe Jen wanted it to make Devon look like a total asshole. That's my hopeful conspiracy, but it's probably the former, where it's like, yeah, this network just wanted wild ratings, and they wanted things for people to talk about, because that's how the world works nowadays. We'll wrap. That's the Jen Tran Bachelorette finale. Her season's done. All that to say, with all that embarrassment and a total, like, sad ending. I don't watch the Golden Bachelorette, so I will not be doing content. It's just not my forte. But you know what is my forte? Is Love is Blind. So yes, sirs, yes, madams, I will be doing content for Love is Blind. I think we will keep up with the bi-weekly pace, but it might be monthly. I'm not really sure. Thank y'all again, those 30 views watchers. Please, next time, if you could, just give it a little thumbs up. And even do a comment. Like, if you just comment and say hi, that would be great. I'll say hello back. But anyway, thank y'all again for listening. I'm going to segue into movies and media with the madam. So feel free to bow out if you're not interested in this section. But what am I watching? What is the madam watching right now? Alright, so I did watch A Perfect Couple. Very good. I really loved the casting. I did not read the book, by the way, but it was really good. Well, actually, I won't reveal if anyone isn't caught up, but I will say my madam prediction of the killer was correct. What else did I watch? Oh, yes, I rewatched Sex Lives of College Girls. That show is just like, I don't know, it just like cheers me up because it's so fun. I really like how they show real things about college, though. So give that a watch if you haven't checked that out. That one's on HBO. I'm also watching Tell Me Lies. That one's really juicy. Another college show. I think that's why I started watching Sex Lives of College Girls. Another college show. It's on Hulu. It's just something to watch during the week, you know what I'm saying? And I am still watching Felicity, which is, oh my god, another college show. I'm just on like a college theme. Really, really good. I got to season 2, and I got to the part where she left Noel for Ben. Oh my god, her and Ben are so cute. But honestly, both of those men are trash. They align with the men who were on Jen Tran's Bachelorette season. She just deserves better, and those men are the epitome of they don't know what they want. So I'm really excited to see how that show ends. there's like 20 episodes per season and it's an hour long each. So it'll be quite a bit until I finish that. But it's a great, like, pass the time show. Thanks again for tuning in, y'all. This is a very low budget podcast. This is just something that I do for fun. I just found like a love for podcasts. I think I explained this on my last episode, and I just really wanted to pursue this. So I'm actually recording in my car to record in a silent place. So if y'all have heard like leaves and cars and AC vents, that is why. Oh, by the way, it's getting into Halloween season, and I haven't done this in a long time, but I used to watch Halloween movies for like a whole month. So I'm going to be starting that up soon, and tell y'all about Halloween movies. Love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. Love horror movies. So that will be coming up as well. Y'all have an amazing week and see ya later.